Hey, what's poppin', Eagles? I'm Zay.
And I'm Tiger, and welcome to this week's edition of EaglEye.
We have a lot in store for you today, including a couple of recurring segments,
as well as a spotlight on our school's history of phenomenal state championships.
Sounds like this show is going to be interesting.
It sure does. And let's start out our show by going to our recurring segment on Apple Valley's 40th anniversary.
We've been a very successful school since our opening in 1976, especially in sports and fine arts.
Yes, we have. In Apple Valley's history, we have gained 64 state championships in sports and 89 in fine arts.
Combined, that's 153 state championships. That's the most state championships in this state.
Let's hear what Mr. Blatzheim and Mr. Biskins had to say about Apple Valley's greatness in fine arts and athletics.
When it comes to state high school league fine arts events, and that really is speech, debate, one-act play. It doesn't really count Science Olympiad and some of the other things that aren't state high school league. We are #1 in fine arts state championships. And we're that good because of the people. The people coaching, in our speech and debate program, a legacy started by Miss Wyckoff and Mr. Wyckoff, and kids and families who work really hard to get better at what they do, and that's why we're so successful.
You know, I think winning a state championship is kind of a culmination of a lot of hard work by the kids, by the coaches, the investment that the parents give. It really brings a community together, and I think it adds a lot to your school spirit. And so there's not a lot better than seeing your team get to perform on a big stage in front of a big crowd and come home with the gold.
With our school being so young and successful, we clearly look forward to more state championships in our future.
And more importantly, more success.
Exactly.
Now that we've taken a look at our history of championships, here's what some of our current Eagles who have achieved greatness had to say what it's like to be a champion.
Apple Valley is full of champions in basketball, wrestling, and in speech, but it is not easy being a champion. It takes hard work and a ton of pressure. So we caught up with a few coaches and students to see how it feels to be under pressure and how does it feel to be a champion. Let's go check it out.
I don't really feel pressure. I just know that there's a high expectation of me just from my past successes and just putting in that hard work to achieve my goals. And that's what I kind of feel, but I don't feel pressure that I have to achieve that.
I don't really feel pressured, but yes, I have a lot of on my back, and yes, I have a lot of people trying to come after me.
Yeah, I feel like, the whole team, we have expectations and goals set, so I definitely feel like there's a little pressure to, win state again after coming off a year where we did win state. Our team's definitely good enough, so, we're ranked high in the state, so definitely a little bit of pressure.
I feel pressure in that let's put the best group we can out on the floor and be the most prepared every night and make sure we're getting better throughout the season. That's the pressure I put on myself.
The pressure of being a champion can stop someone in their tracks. Luckily, our champions are seasoned and well prepared for their difficulties and pressure that they face. Good luck to all the champions out there, and reporting for EaglEye, I'm Momo.
Wow, you clearly need to be on your grind and put in that work to be a champion, especially with all the pressure that comes from peers, teammates, fans, and the champions themselves.
I couldn't agree more. The work that it takes to achieve greatness must take a huge physical and mental toll on one's body.
Yeah, and one could easily find themselves struggling emotionally with all that stress. Student mental health has been on decline and is something we really need to pay attention to. Here's Jordan helping spread the awareness.
School, sports, clubs, work, family. These are just a few of the tasks we may take up when it comes to our everyday life. But let's face it, it can get to be a bit overwhelming at times, trying to juggle everything at once. Stress plays a key role in these situations and seems impossible to avoid sometimes. We decided to ask experts how to manage our everyday stressors.
I like to focus on when students come to talk with me about their stressors, are really helping them to identify those sources of stress. So talking with them about, what is it that made you come down today? What is it specifically that's stressing you out? And then talking with them a lot about how they cope. So everybody's gonna encounter stress. There are a lot of scenarios you can't get out of, but figuring out how to cope with those. So I talk with kids a lot about what are your coping mechanisms? What do you do at home to relieve the stress, or what hobbies do you have, what things do you enjoy? So I really try to focus on what is the source, and then what are some things that you can do to help with it.
First of all, the things that you do have control over is specifically taking care of your body. So eating regular meals and getting adequate rest and drinking fluids. things like that. But it's important that you reach out and get some help.
Life is about balance. There's going to be times when everything's coming down at you. There's deadlines, or your friends are expecting you to do this or whatever, and you got to find that balance that works for you. So whether it's doing some fun coloring sheets in the afternoon or taking a run, find what fills you up.
We know that things can get pretty stressful at times, so if you need any help managing all that chaos, be sure to report to one of our counselors or a medical health professional. Reporting for EaglEye, I'm Jordan Noble-Peel.
As you can see, everyone in one way or another deals with stress throughout the day.
Man, ain't that the truth. And as explained earlier, there are many ways to deal with it, including consulting your counselor. They're a great resource.
Yes, our counselors sure are helpful, not only in coping with stress.
Yeah, they can also help you identify a career path, help with credits, and even getting involved.
That's right. Our next story is all about our female robotics team, the Iron Maidens, whose primary focus is on robotics. Their talent doesn't just stop there, though. They're involved in many other ways, too.
Here's Shannon with the update on the team.
As our school integrates more STEM, so is the robotics team. Our robotics team, the Iron Maidens, have been accomplishing so much, from competing in tournaments to doing community outreach. Let's go behind the scene and see how they're doing.
I wanted to make the Iron Maidens because the school was very adamant that you should join an after-school activity, but I didn't really know what to join because I was new to the school and I didn't really know what my passions were. So I went to a promotional meeting and I saw this video about firsts in robotics, and I said, that looks really fun. So I met up with some friends and said, hey, this looks really cool and I think we should do this, and it just grew from there.
This year as a team, we have been nominated for multiple different awards at the two tournaments that we've been to. We have been nominated for things such as the Think Award and Motivate, but some awards that we actually have won is the Connect, which is for our outreach and reaching out into the community.
Outreach is going out into the community and spreading the word about STEM and robotics. So that can be going to a school, going to a business, speaking about FIRST, demoing your robot, writing emails to people, just anything about just getting the word out there about STEM and FIRST.
My favorite part about this team is that it's not just about robots, it's about learning real life skills that we can use in everyday life, such as communication and social skills, which I've really learned throughout my time on this team.
We're looking forward to seeing the Iron Maidens and other robotics team participate in more competitions and outreaches. Reporting for EaglEye, this is Shannon Kelly.
Man, I can't wait to see what else they have in store for us.
Right. I already know the team will do more great things.
Of course they will. It's so nice to see what good things are going around our school.
For real though, there's always something to do at AVHS.
What do you like to do?
I mean, I personally like to chill with my squad, but how about you?
I love seeing myself being amazing with football, the one-act play, speech, and watch myself live on EaglEye.
Oh, that's all interesting, but Matt also got some interesting recommendations on the top 5 things to do this winter.
Take it away, Matt.
Thanks, guys. This week on Top 5, we're talking about the top 5 things to do in winter. At number 5, we're staying inside and watching Netflix. Take a day off from the cold and binge watch some of your favorite TV shows or movies. Some of the best are Orange is the New Black, House of Cards, or How I Met Your Mother. At number 4, stop in for an AVHS hockey game right here in the arena. The next boys game is February 4th, 5 o'clock for JV and 7 o'clock for varsity. Come out and support. At number 3, donating warm clothes to the Salvation Army is a great way to help those in need, especially in the wintertime when there are some families that go without. The nearest one is off of McAndrews, right next to the Burnsville Cup Foods. Gliding into number 2 is ice skating. There are several outdoor rinks nearby, such as the Apple Valley Community Center or Paha Softball Park in Burnsville, right off of Chicago Avenue. Make sure to dress warm. Finally, at number 1, we picked sledding. Some of the best places to sled are right here at Neal Park, right off of Burnsville Parkway and Highway 5, or Al Magnet Park in Apple Valley. If you have a winter activity that you like to do and you didn't see it mentioned here, make sure to tweet it to us at AV EaglEye. Remember to stay warm out there. Reporting for EaglEye, I'm Matt Cotlin.
I feel like doing a few of those things right now, actually.
Right, you can catch me chilling in the crib on Netflix this winter.
And I'm going to be getting my sled on.
Well, that's all the time we have for this week's edition of EaglEye.
But don't forget, there's still 2 more days left to donate money to the Pennies for Patients coin drive.
Yeah, you can donate at lunch or in the media center, and all the proceeds go towards leukemia and research and for patients.
Now remember to always stay frosty, my friends. And as always, thanks for watching.
Real-eye tie on the eagle eye. Wanna try and catch an eagle, you gon' see it fly. Don't wanna stop an eagle while it's in mid-flight. Better watch out for the eagles, we gon' put up a fight.
Sparks son, got the eagle on the run. Me and real-eye time, even close to being done. Don't you worry about time, cause it won't take a ton. Cause we about to have a little eagle fun.
Just a minute, Sparks son, and real-eye tie the best. It's time to leave that eagle's nest. Yeah, you're right, it's time to set the eagles free. It's time to watch the EaglEye.